Yep. He ran like that when he ran for Wisconsin, too. He was good. Yep.
I think I heard Wisconsin won a football game here last week, didn't they?
They did.
Red and white team?
Yep. Well, we had played somebody's B team.
Oh.
It looked like he jumped us on live without the primo. So welcome everybody down and dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Myself, Greg Elsing, and John Mears. Now, the Pro Pulling League, Greg. I want to see how many times you screw this up tonight now. It's been the Pro Pulling League for a while. I'm not going to say what you're going to say here, but it's going to happen. I know it.
Right, the Hot Shot Secret Pro Pulling League.
There you go. Attaboy.
I'm getting it.
Good. Attaboy.
Hey, 17 years, you just don't jump. You know what I mean? It's hard.
Right. Yep. We know it'll take you about 20, but we'll get you there.
Right.
You know?
I don't know if I have 20 left in me. Yeah.
Anyway, so welcome everybody here tonight. I want to welcome John Mears with us here. We're going to talk about the Pro Pulling League and a bunch of other things up. So how you been, John?
We've been busy doing the banquet circuit, right? It's November, so you got banquets everywhere all the time. We had 3 on the docket last weekend. The Mid-South guys had theirs. The Atlantic Pullers had theirs, and so did the Empire State guys. So yeah, it was a big weekend for everybody on the road on Friday and Saturday. So, yep, it's that time of year.
That time of year. So are you coming up to the Badger State banquet?
Man, I don't know whose turn it is to go, if it's mine or Christie's, or maybe we should send Larry. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Buckeyes are going to play that day. I don't know. I'm still struggling with that. I think that's the Big Ten championship.
Well, they should. They have the highest. They've got a bigger freaking budget than any NFL team in the country. They should play on there.
I didn't know that's what jealousy sounded like.
It is. I wish we had that budget to work with.
Yeah.
You struck that word, Mears. I give you credit. You get 50 points for that. I didn't think, yeah, by golly, you got it done.
Yep.
I never bet you.
Right?
Unbelievable.
No, it'll be interesting. But yeah, somebody will be up there. It might be me. I know that'll be the week before the PRI show. So we're planning on being there. There's just not enough weekends in the year anymore. You know, like we're always going and it's kids sports and all that sort of thing. I think we got a ball game tomorrow night, you know, and we're missing some ball games over the weekend for our banquet. So I hate to miss them, but you know, we got to get this pulling thing, you know, keep it going down the railroad tracks.
Yep. How many state organizations are affiliated with the Pro Pulling League?
Oh, that's a great question, Greg. Badger State, Atlantic, ESP, NYTPA, Ohio State, Mid-South, Mid-Florida, Nebraska Bush, the Western Series, Excalibur. 10 or 11, yeah. If I missed somebody, I didn't mean to. It's just, yeah.
East Coast.
Well, I said the Atlantic Pullers, yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Well, that's Atlantic now, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So that's, I think, everybody. And the Shenandoah Valley guys, they got a group out in Virginia. So, yeah. In our Midwest region and our Silver Series, the stuff we do here locally close to us. So, yeah, 11 groups.
Okay. Do you, does anybody else approach you to be part of the Pro Pulling League ever, or?
Actually, yeah, this year we've had a group reach out to us, and we're working on getting some stuff put together. And, you know, you just want to see what everybody can match up for them. You know, a lot of people like all the rules stuff and, you know, the support that we can give them and, you know, the dollars, that always helps as well with corporate sponsorships. So, yeah, we might have some new guests at the banquet this weekend. We're working on getting, you know, agreements put in place for those folks. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome. Where's the banquet at this year?
We're still at the Hyatt, downtown Louisville. I know it makes sense for us, for Christy and myself and Larry. It's close. I can be there in a half hour. It's close to the office, just for our stuff moving around. I know it's centrally located. People can enjoy downtown, the 4th Street Live area. I get all that stuff. I know we said, well, we should go somewhere else. You're right. It's just hard to move all that stuff around on our end. But, no, we like where we're at. So I think Christy said something a little over like 320, 325 people maybe. There's some more people sent their invitations in today or said, hey, it didn't go out in the mail or whatever it might have been.
Yep. People don't realize how hard it is to get to a place and make reservations and book a place to have a big event. It's not something you can move lightly or easily.
No, and part of the thing is, I think like before, I think they've already asked what our date is for next year, right? Like, then you got to get everybody else's trying to schedule stuff, and you're trying to make sure you're not on top of, another group, or you're trying to stay away from Thanksgiving, and you're trying to stay away from Santa Claus. And I think in 2026, there's only maybe 3 good Saturdays. Oh, I forgot about the Nebraska Bush group too, because they're going to have their banquet the day after the Black Friday, Super Saturday, whatever they do on the Thanksgiving weekend. And a lot of people don't want to travel that weekend, and I get it. Everybody's wanting to be with family and that sort of thing, but it is very hard to get and get enough space. Like you guys, you've got 400 people at your banquet. Not just any place can walk in with 400 people and knock it out of the ballpark, right? That's the other thing, is have great service too. You can go anywhere, but is the service, like the guys at Mid-South, they have theirs at a banquet hall at a barbecue joint. Russell moved it over there, and all smoked barbecue, and it's right across the street from the hotel. Yeah, you had to drive, but again, they had 110, 120 people there. Just not every place can hold a large crowd, so, but that's the way it goes.
Right. And now it's not just that. If you want to have a band, they have to have a facility for that, or if you want to, have whatever you do, they have to accommodate what you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, it's not an easy task. And all the people that handle all the banquets across any network, I don't care where they're at, if they're doing a banquet, our hats off to you, because you got people that want to come in late, and you got to get a different extra plate. And then they have seating arrangements and enough tables and enough chairs and enough food. Like, that's definitely not my forte. I just say the heck with it, keep on going,
Right. The one thing I get a little grumbling about is, why does it cost so much? Guys, you don't realize you're not just paying for your meal. You're paying for the room in the afternoon for the meetings and all that other stuff too, is part of all of that, right? For us, it is.
I think it is, but I think there's just a flat, and that would be a Christie question. I think they put a service fee on everything, and then there's always a percentage on, no matter if it's the food, the spoon, the light switch, whatever it is, there's always an extra fee somewhere. And like, and what else in the world is going down? I had that conversation with a guy earlier today. He's like, the cost is going up again. I'm like, well, what else is new? Everything's going up,
Right. Well, you talk about the bird flu coming in, and beef is high because there's a shortage of chicken and stuff like that. Bird flu, they're going to kill a bunch more chickens, and beef is already short in supply. So just look what it's going to do to us.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets expensive. Never goes down afterwards. It gets there and stays there.
Yeah.
But it's all part of it. And if you have beef, whatever you have, it's good. I've been to your banquet probably ever since you started it, and the food has always been excellent wherever you've had it.
Yep. I think they've really done a good job with the food here, and that's one of the things. Like, we kind of rate our food. When you go to a banquet on the Mondays, is, hey, what they have, like up there in New York, at Albany, New York, they have an ice cream sundae, and they have chocolate milk on the tables for folks, because there's, of course, big dairy, land up there. But that's kind of neat, the just different little nuances that different groups will do for their banquet, and what's their specialty. You know what I mean? Like, I can promise you, out there at the Western Series banquet or the Nebraska Bush guys, there'll be corn. There'll be corn on the buffet line. I promise you that. And it'll always be really good.
Yep.
Butter corn.
Neat. Yep. So you guys do your banquet, different. You're there. We get there Thursday night, and on Friday, all day Friday, and most of the day on Saturday, you have meetings with the classes and stuff. Tell us a little bit about why you do that, and it works out really well, right? I mean,
right, So what we try to do is get a survey out to folks beforehand to kind of know what hot button issues were. Of course, last year it was, turbo guards, and then sometimes it's been engine blocks or where there might be a bell housing. Well, just the way the payout is, people, do you want to hire first and second place, or do you want it to be graduated out a little bit more? And then would you rather have, more in the points fund or more in the purses? So we like to have kind of discussion topics, and there's a couple of things like, the suspension on the semis is a big topic, right? Like, I get that. So you want to get everybody's input and involve, and make a a decision, and amongst member states like Ohio State has semis there, right? So we want to make sure that we're going in the right direction because they start doing their club meeting thing. And, when we have super farms and pro stocks, Greg, you're right in the middle of it with us, Jeremy Smith from Ohio, we're all got our sleeves rolled up. And then when it comes to, diesel trucks, we look at, the teams from Scheid and Fleece and Hazley trying to make sure we're doing the right thing for all the truck classes involved. So you want it to be everybody to have a voice and try to make the best decision possible that helps everybody moving forward. I mean, that's the goal. And then, the Friday is a lot about 2026 or the next year. And then, Saturday is all about the past season. You want to get our promoters together, get our member state directors together. So, it's a good thing to get together once or twice a year to see what's working and what's not. Maybe it's a ticket platform, maybe it's some T-shirts, maybe it's a track building seminar that somebody puts on, or what they did to a track that you didn't think would work. But that's just the way it rolls. And then we do some of our awards, our monetary awards for the Champions Club on Saturday afternoon, and we try to make sure that there's plenty of door prizes and gifts. We try to, anybody that has a membership with us, we try to give away some nice, cordless power tools and some oil and maybe some battery stuff and different things. I know Mayhill supports it with some tire sharpening things, and then Hazley gives some stuff in. So it makes it for nice. Everybody hopefully gets a chance to take something home with them on top of all the other items that they might win with their check on Saturday night. So, yeah.
Right. I know in years past, you've if you win a class at a Champions Tour event, you get your name in a hat, and you've given away a side-by-side or something like that. Do you still do that? I guess I haven't been in there the last couple of years.
Yeah, you were there. Well, you were normally maybe outside of the banquet hall when we drew that, maybe potentially.
Yep.
But no, we have one of our special guests will draw the card out of the fishbowl, the proverbial fishbowl. And last year's winner was Eric Stacy, I think. He won, I think, a Ranger or a Can-Am, it might have been. And the year before it was Gerald Almond. We've got, I think it's a Polaris XP. I don't know. It's got a winch and a roof, and it's pretty shiny and cool. And we get them from our friends from over at Holzhauer's in Nashville, Illinois. And they've been really, really supportive of that program and really help us with what we get to make sure it's something that is new and dependable. And of course, if it's somebody in the pulling world and they're one of the events, I mean, here you go. If you needed service or whatever it might be, it's you can take it there. You've got a reason to be there. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Yep.
It's been an idea we've done we've given away a toolbox. Jeremy Nelson won a toolbox. And there's been a Harley Davidson given away and some special gators, Kubotas, all different kinds of things. It's just something else you try to reward people for running the series with, and that's what we try to do is make it a nice reward for everybody. So.
Yep. It's a nice event. It's a lot of fun, a lot of information. It's neat to seeing everybody when you're there. And my favorite one is probably them getting together with the presidents of all the clubs and talking about struggles and things they did right. Like you said, maybe figured out how to build a track or different promotional ideas or something like that. So,
yeah, that is probably some of the most, and it's good to hear what's the struggle with a promoter that's at this fair or this, maybe a racetrack kind of event, and how to, maybe the same problem has happened. And then, a Dave Moore speaks up, or, the team from ESP is there. And then, Russell Counts is there from Mid-South. So it all works together. And it's just, we're stronger together. Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all stronger together. And if we've got, multiple, people in the same room working for the same cause, it's going to be a win situation for everybody.
Right. It works really well.
The other thing, Greg, that we do give away is the customized championship helmets that Jeremy Nelson paints. And I've got to see a sneak peek of a couple of them. Man, that guy has got some good work. He is just, man. I mean, you've seen his trucks that he's painted and the mini rods he's painted, but I can't brag on him enough, man. I look at all the show trucks that he's doing nowadays. Those custom helmets are always cool to see. What's he going to do this time, And yeah, there's been people win multiple championships, but the helmet's completely different, every year. It's just so cool what he does there.
It is. I've thought about having a guy in Sauk here do that because he paints the Badgers goalies' helmets every year. And
okay, yeah. Cool. Goalies' helmets are really cool too. Yeah.
Yep. And I've thought about doing that for Badger State, and I'd like to, as a point champ, get a cool helmet like that too. I was thinking about it. That'd be something to step up our program a little bit too. That would be really cool.
Yeah, and it's neat because some people may not use them. They're ready to be safety for for a guy to use them or a gal to use them. But then some people use them as trophies, right? They put them on the trophy case, and that's a hell of a conversation piece during the holidays or whatever it might be. So yeah, it's neat. I know there's some other groups we've done some customized helmets, like on the Western Series. They had them wrapped. It's just a different thing. So when people go out there, oh, that's a champion. You can see them when they're pulling that they've been at the top of the game. So.
Yep. We came up with the posters too a few years ago. The people love the poster of their tractor to hang up, points champion and stuff. That's really neat. And we've got some other things, but I think the helmet thing is really cool, in the basket of goodies you have there for everybody. It's really neat.
I think the cool thing is also like doing a banner, like in the back of the trailer, everybody when they're parked, and at the very back of the trailer, champion and maybe a picture of a vehicle. I've seen that. That's a cool addition. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. So, any hot button items you want to talk about that might be coming up for any of the meetings, or?
I think on the super farm side, one of the couple of things that we were looking at is there's a little line in the rule book that talks about a 3.75 neck down for the crossover from the turbo to the intake manifold. And I think with everything else that we have, I don't know if that necessarily is an issue. I think we could maybe take that out. A lot of guys have it. And then I heard some guys say that they've dynoed it both ways, and actually they lose horsepower opening it up to a 4-inch pipe all the way through. Now, we can dyno anything and everything all the time. But I think that's probably something that we maybe take a look at in the super farm class, maybe looking at aftermarket blocks for most of the classes, because we want people to be on the track. It's a durability factor. And Greg, as well as anybody, and John, you can't talk about it if you don't have pullers on the track, right? So if they're stuck at home in the shop working and you got back-to-back events, and it seems like it's the right step to move, because nobody's backing up on horsepower, but we can't have guys in the shop working on their stuff during the season. We need them on the track. That's the way it is. Like, we need durable, because we're entertainers. Every puller is an entertainer at the end of the day, and we got to have them on the track. Singing songs of black smoke going in the air, or rumbles of turbo boost out of an alcohol tractor. And then one of the other items that is going to probably get a lot of traction and discussion is in the diesel truck world, the 3.0 trucks, especially, common rail or mechanical injection pump. The common rail guys are like, let them have whatever injection pump they want, because there's no limit to the common rail, way they stack their fuel pumps. But a mechanical guy is limited to a 7100, so it's like,
right,
man, does the fuel get lost in the delivery of it? Maybe, I don't know. Like, we need to have several people, diesel gurus, injection pump people. I know I've talked to, I think, Brandon Hart about it, and he's like, I don't know if you'll get a lot of gain. It's going to take more power to spin the pump if you put a bigger pump on it. So what you gain in horsepower, you're going to lose it from turning it. And, that's not something that I've dealt with on a daily basis, but I think that's definitely got to be, evaluated. It seems like a lot of common rails are at the top of the classes in the 3 diesel truck classes, or the 2 diesel truck classes. But when we were at Shides, mechanical pumps won the qualifying and the finals.
Yeah.
And, there's several trucks there. That's one of those things is, man, like, flip a coin. I'll go with the flow, but that's going to be the next issue is what's the best thing for a diesel truck? Is it a mechanical pump or the common rail?
It's common rail is going to be harder to police, I think. I don't know if it matters or not, if you have limits on it.
Right. Well, the air is a turbo limit, right? I mean, we just had a mechanical injection pump limit, for size, but hell, let them run a Sigma pump. If it's got a 3.0 pump, 3.0 turbo on it, are they really going to burn that much more fuel? And I don't know. That's a question that the pump guys like Fleece and Hearts and Apex could answer that question. Weimer, I don't know. That would be something to be, evaluated as we move forward. I mean, I think the 3.0 trucks are very, very good right now. I'm not going to knock it. Limited Pro Diesel trucks are an awesome, dependable class. And the 3.6 trucks, like what you guys got up there, that's a stellar class, man. Those guys are all running hard up there.
Yep. We've got a dozen of them usually, so we're pretty blessed to have that. Again though, but if you could go common rail and keep them out, I mean, keep the guys on the track more if they have less problems. I'm for it too. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what's the most asked question from a promoter, Greg? When you go to the fair convention, what's that most asked question?
How many vehicles do you have?
Yep. It's what's your average?
Yep.
What's that class's average?
Yep. How many do you have in the class, and how long is your show?
Yeah.
We want this amount of show. Well, if you want that amount of show, then we're going to have to go from 5 classes to 3 classes. If you want, or we can squeeze 4 in there, but you'll be a little over. What do you want?
What they're going to want is they're going to want the 3-class show because they're only going to have to pay for 3 classes.
Right. Yeah.
They don't want to buy 5 classes to fill a 3-hour show. They want to buy the 3 classes, and they want a guarantee that you're going to have this many vehicles there.
And it's hard, just like John said. There's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. We're pulling with Badger State or Pro Pulling League that. I plan on being there, but hey, Mears, I'm broke. We ended up kicking the rod out of it, and I'm not coming Friday night or Saturday night. Sorry.
Or you're done for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah.
But like you said, trying to make everything durable, and it's just hard. Adam Stevens had a little comment on here. Did you see that, Greg?
Yep.
Said, call me old school, but I'm a little disappointed that nobody gives out trophies anymore. Makes it hard to start a trophy room. Laugh out loud.
Well, you can be a Minnesota Vikings fan and just be used to that.
Oh!
Wow.
Wow.
Right? Gotta get my digs in when I can. But we did switch away from trophies years ago because most guys wanted the cash. They'd rather have the money. Adam, that's and there are some local events, promoters that do give plaques out. I know they do in Darlington, and I don't know where else they give them out. If you get one there, there's 2 or 3 places. I think Mackville does too. Yeah.
Mackville gives you that the tin hang-up wall deal and a case of beer and usually something else. But yeah, usually got pulling for the parish. It's a big metal tin sign that goes on the wall. Where was the other? There's another one that handed out plaques too. A couple of them. But.
Yep. I don't remember. I don't get many of them, so I don't know.
John, haven't you seen Greg's trophy room?
Yeah. Yep. It's about the size of a Porta-John.
I thought I was still looking for it.
Oh,
I'll show you my trophy room sometime if you want to see it. I've got a few. I've been pulling a long time. I haven't got many trophies in the last 20 years, but before that.
One that has excellent trophies as well is the Greene County Fall Nationals. They got that retired clock.
Yep. Slamba gives a belt buckle away too, I think. That's pretty neat.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Belt buckle. Is there many on the National League that hand out different plaques and stuff?
I was thinking about that. Freeport gave a plaque of some sort of way, if I remember right, or a trophy, because I remember having to carry those around with us for like at Goshen and what have you. Man, I don't know. Yeah, that's been kind of a thing of the past because it's always so hard because classes change and it's hard to, customize each one. And then, the worst thing is if a tractor guy wins and it's got a truck on the trophy, or the other way around, there's a tractor on the trophy and it goes to a truck guy. Yeah. And I know like the Atlantic Coast Pullers there over the weekend at their banquet, I saw some pictures and they had like some 7-foot trophies. They were taller than the people winning them. I don't know how they transported them home, but for end of the season stuff, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. It is neat to get a trophy. For a big event, it would be neat to get one,
A couple organizations have jackets. So like the mini rod group we pull with, it's got the logo on it, and you just keep, if you keep getting points championships, you put new year on it, or you can get a new jacket every year and put the new ones on it or whatever. It's kind of cool.
Yep.
The jackets always went over the best, I think. With you got your points championship on it, guys like that.
Yeah.
Something wear out somewhere.
Well, especially when it's cold, because every one of the champions in the Pro Pulling League, no matter whether it's in Nebraska or the Western Series or Badger State, everybody gets a championship coat, and we try to customize it with some the year and things of that sort. So yeah, that's always a nice bonus.
Yep.
But if you go back into the days, I remember that when like Butch and Harold would talk about, at the Farm Machinery show, the black and red leather coats, they'd always be gathered around the beer stand for some reason, but you could always see the Badger State pullers in the black and red coats. That was, that was really cool back, 8-10 years ago, whatever that was. So
probably 20.
I didn't want to show your age, but okay.
Yep. But I'll tell you a story about when we used to pull in Fort Wayne, which I think was one of the best indoor pulls ever was. The Coliseum or whatever it was said, don't serve them guys in the black and red jackets any more beer. We'll be out. So all our guys just left their jackets at the chairs and went, had to take your jacket off or they wouldn't serve you a beer.
Yeah. Man, that place was cold. Phew, man.
Yep. Well, it was 30 below zero when we were there that one year. It was cold.
Oh.
Everybody left their trucks running. If you didn't, they froze up.
Oh, and then the ride in the tractor to take it out there, you just froze sitting in that thing going through the parking lot.
Yep.
Yeah. How many were there? Was that 3 or 4 years that was there?
Man, you're going to have to talk to a historian. I can't tell you. Probably 2 or 3 that I know of.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was when it was ATPA.
Yep. That was an ATPA event. Yep. Sure was.
Yep. That was fun. Yep.
Yeah, I know the one year I got carbon monoxide the one year. I think I got back that night. I think they gave me a bag of fluid and when I got home, they gave me 4 bags of fluid when I finally got to like the urgent care down here. And yeah, they were like, don't you got to go pee? And I was like, no. And they're like, yeah, you're really bad. They just kept putting the IVs in me. And I was like, yeah.
Was that the year Dwayne Hook made a pass with his pro stock and just said, hey, no smoke tube or not, we're going to run her?
Yeah, I think it was.
One tractor went down the track and it was all over. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah. Blew off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't the second year Forrest Lucas drove the semi there.
Yep. Drove Dana Lindsay's Red Hot and Rolling.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
That was pretty neat.
I met him there. That was him and his wife were sitting there. Yeah. Clint Tucker. Oh, here's the historian. 2001 to 2005. That'd be 4 years.
Perfect.
Yep.
There
you go. So next year, new events, John, anything popping up, bigger ones or?
Yeah, we got some stuff that we're going to probably talk about at the banquet on Friday and a little bit on Saturday. So yeah, we've got some new things coming down the pipeline. So yeah, trying to finalize.
Do you live stream your banquet? Or?
Yeah, the banquet's live streamed. I think Ryan used to come in, and then I think Ross is going to be there, the guy that does all of our editing of our videos, and he's doing some of our championship videos. And he had to come in. He leaves a lot of his camera equipment at the office, and he needed to get some things. So he's just like, I'll just come into the banquet and do all of it, one shot. So Ryan does a great job. I think we'll have him the next week at the Western Series. So yeah, we do them both. Yep. And then Leslie will be the host.
Yeah.
Sean Sauer on here says, I thought the cooler idea. I seen Alex Brinkmeyer the other day at the gas station and seen the cooler in his truck with the tractor on it. I'm assuming that was his rookie cooler, but they do that for points champs too. Yes, they do. Yep.
Yeah, we do. That's a neat thing too, but it's hard to get them coolers. I mean, to buy them, they're hard to get. You can't get them.
And then getting the decal laminated on it and it stay on. Yes. Yeah, it'll look pretty. You can make it look like a trophy, but they won't stay. Like we've tried that a couple of times, and Like after
Yeah.
you just use it one time, the sticker's peeling off and bubbling and just looks kind of ratty. So yeah.
That's the key to getting the right cooler, though, the right metal to get it to stick to. The
Yep.
stainless steel ones, and they're hard to get. If you get them, we found that does work.
Yep.
The guy down here does get it to stick on there. So, but we're still doing them, but they're just we've got them on order all the time. You can't get them. We usually need a dozen of them. But there's 5 or 6 in my shop right now waiting to be done. So, but yeah. So,
Very good
How
stuff.
about everybody gets their participation trophy?
right.
We're going to get a ribbon made and bring you right up front, Adam. Now you got your wish.
Yep.
Tim Vorwald says we have Grizzly print them on our coolers for ECI, East Central Iowa.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Getting the right cooler is the key. Yep. So, anything, John said he'd do a half an hour, so we're about to the end of that. But you got anything else you want to talk about, John, or wait? Well, I know you got a lot of announcements for the banquet, and I know you want to save them. So
Yeah.
I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to get some of the final little details taken care of everything, and some of the purse enhancements that we're going to do on some other things. So, yeah, it's been a busy last I don't know 4 or 5 weeks probably. So we've been really slamming the road and just yeah, got a couple conference calls with some sponsors already this week that need to be finalize some couple of details and can't wait. Like getting ready for 26. I'm pretty pumped up. So yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the score tonight, guys? I'll ask you that, and then I'm going to get out of here.
oh,
27-17, Packers.
I'm going to say 21-17. I think it's going to be tight. Packers. Go Love.
They're
Jordan
favored.
Love's- Oh,
The Packers are favored by 1 point.
Are they really?
And I don't want to see the team that showed up last week, but if the team that showed up against the Lions and all that, we'll be in good shape.
Who did they play last week? Did they get beat by Joe Flacco last week?
No. It was the Panthers, I think, last week, wasn't it?
Oh, that
Carolina.
was Panthers in overtime or got right down to the last second. Yeah. Yeah, they pulled it out when they played Joe Flacco. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
17 on the injured list, though, of the Packers team. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Flacco beat the Packers, then they traded him. They had to play him again the next week when he played the Bengals. He didn't beat him that week, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, hey, thank you, Greg. I'll see you in a couple of days. John Stranley, thank you all. Appreciate you.
See
Appreciate
you
what you're
Thursday
doing.
night.
Yep.
Yep,
Thanks,
thanks,
John.
John.
Yep.
Take care. Thanksgiving.
So, but
Banquet season, our banquet's coming, a lot of, can you still get tickets if you want to come to our banquet yet, Greg?
I don't know if they're done already or not. I've been too busy. It's on the website if you look.
Okay. It's on the website.
Yeah, but I think you had to have them in already. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but I think you did. But I know the
Well,
rooms are pretty much, we're all taken at one point there right away. So
Yep.
if you haven't got one of them, you might be in trouble.
Yeah. So we're less than a month away now. We are. So it's coming up
Yep.
fast.
3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. 3
Yep.
weeks. So always a good time. And yeah. So in Badger State, for the fans that don't know, during the afternoon, there's a general rules meeting for the classes and class reps. And then class reps are on a 2 year? Is it a 2 year seat? Your class rep?
2 year terms, two reps for each class, in a 2 year term.
2 year term.
One every year.
Yep. So then if those you vote, your class votes on those, and then if there's anything you're changing classes, correct, or if anything comes from like the PPL here changes in classes, and it is talked about in your class, and then you vote on it and vote on other things that's general, the Badger State, and then once, for instance, so once you vote in who is your class rep will come back to the general meeting and we want to change this rule and this rule. And after that, there'll be a board of directors meeting. And then it'll be announced basically if the rules accepted or changed or what have you. Also, schedule stuff, things that happen in 2025, things you want to see change. A lot of different things go on during that meeting. So it usually goes pretty quick. And there's something, I don't know, a lot of organizations I don't think know this. And I did this when I was president of Tri-County Pullers, but everybody in Badger State votes on their class. So if I'm in the diesel truck class, I don't vote on Greg's pro stock class. I got nothing to do with your pro stock class. And you don't vote on my truck stuff. The truck rules are truck rules and the tractor rules are tractor rules. And I think it saves a lot of argument, saves a lot of bickering. And it's just, go to your class rep. Okay, class rep, pro stock class. Greg, what do you got? Oh, we got nothing. Fair enough. Next.
Well, the class may vote for something themselves that they want proposed to the board of directors, but then the board of directors votes on it.
Right.
So say a truck puller does vote on the track class, but just on the board of directors. Yes. That class can propose something, but then the changes are made by the board of directors, and it just saves so much arguing and this and stuff in the meeting. It makes things run way smoother.
Yeah, it goes quick. I mean, it goes quick.
And this year the meeting starts at 11, not noon. So guys, pay attention to it.
Ooh, starting at 11. Jack Spots, send your raffle tickets to my new address, please. And thank you. Yes.
Thank you, Jack. I think you got mine. Hopefully they were sent in.
I'll get mine all wrapped up here so that you got them. I'll give you a call, Jack.
Yep.
So.
Yep. But that's all I pretty much have tonight for the meeting. John, you got anything else? Or
I think we covered it. It was great having John on here and talk about general things and getting close to the banquet. Got to try and get our other 2 points champions on here if their schedule permits. So
yep, we do have. I talked to Tim today. Tim was on here and he's listening. I did. I hope we got him lined up for next Monday night. Tim and Jason.
Sweet. Yeah. So. Yeah, we'd like to thank Slum Enterprises, Casper Egg, Trip Downing, Front Street Toys, Wet and Camp Transport for sponsoring Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. And thank everybody for tuning in every week. And as we get going here, get the banquet, and try and get some shop tours going again and different things going on. It'll be pretty cool.
Perfect. Thank you, John.
Yeah. So everybody, you have a good night, and we'll see you next Monday. Go Packers.
Go Packers.